Welcome back to my channel. So happy to have you back. Today we're going to talk about Big Sean and Jhené Aiko and if she's actually a placeholder. She's gotten a tattoo, she's had a baby, she removed the tattoo, they live together. She freaking moved his mom in. Well, she moved herself in during, I think it was during the pandemic, and she's never moved out. But I really believe that the reason they haven't gotten married is because Big Sean is an avoidant. And I think it stems from the fact that I believe he's been engaged twice, but the girl that he was in love with a few years ago, Nia Rivera, the one who passed away, she was in Glee. I think she was the one that got away. Honestly, genuinely. And the only reason that his relationship with Jhené Aiko has gone for so long is because I really believe she is very in tune with her spirituality, and she's open-minded, and not so open-minded that she would let him cheat in peace, but she is the type of person that will let you grow and learn at your own speed. And she is more than happy to help you through that journey. But unfortunately, sometimes when us as women do that for a man, we're actually putting ourselves in a role of mothering them. And so the desire to be with us in an adult romantic relationship may not be as attractive. But also, when you give a person so much space, so much wiggle room to grow and figure it out, they don't care about your timeline. But at the same time, I don't know if Jhené Aiko is sharing with him that marriage is time sensitive for her. But again, I do think that Jhené Aiko is the type of person that she's very much kumbaya namaste. She wants you to figure it out, and she will work through things with you until you're ready. And Jhené Aiko is gorgeous, talented. She has a lot going for her. But I don't think that she realizes that maybe being with him sort of dims her light, her creativity. And she does make music while in a relationship with him. She's made music, and the music is good. But I noticed that even when I am in a relationship, a lot of my creativity is put into my connection with this person, how to keep them engaged, how to keep them attracted, how to keep them aroused, how to keep them interested and excited. And so I lose sight of my plot and what I want to do. And that happens to so many women. And so I wonder if when Big Sean lost Nia Rivera, and by lose, I mean he fucked up. He had, Ariana Grande showed up at his house, was chilling in his couch. His fiance comes home and sees that, and she's like, absolutely not, Nia. And that's the ending of that relationship, and she moved on, had a child, whatever. I think that he has always been looking for the next best thing. And it doesn't matter if a woman is a superstar, if she's rich, beautiful. That's not enough to keep a relationship working. It takes two people that want to be in that relationship. I remember the other day my friend's like, how do I not break up with somebody? Don't break up with them. Like, that simple. Work through your shit. But I don't think that Big Sean actually works through his shit. And I think it's because he lacks emotional depth and self-awareness. And it's painful for him to tap into those feelings. especially being in an industry that's so misogynistic, an industry that's telling you, you know, you can't be with a baby mama, you know, I effed your baby mama, all these chicks are HO, you know. And it's like when you're in that kind of industry and you decide you want to get married or settle down in any capacity, then all of a sudden you're a simp or you're giving up your manhood. And what is a man supposed to do when maybe his peers think this way, and even himself, he thinks this way? But I really do feel like he's an avoidant. He does not want to tap in. He's afraid of feeling close to Janae. And I think it could be because of A, he knows that he's not the best partner, so he's scared of himself. B, the woman that got away also passed away. And I don't know if he's even been able to grieve through that, you know? Like, yeah, he might have did her wrong. Doesn't mean that he didn't consider her a friend or someone he did care about, even though he hurt her. Maybe he hasn't been able to grieve through that or move past the fact that in life, there's no guarantees. Everything could be fine today and then next week it's over. You know, I could be saying I love you tonight and then you could get in a car crash tomorrow and that's the end. And he has to see this for himself. And Janae Aiko also has to see that sticking around for this long may be what will make her stop believing in love. But she's a Pisces. And I think most women still believe in love even when they don't date men, even though some women have sworn off men. Some of them do hold the fantasy that true love really exists. But I think that Janae Aiko staying in the situation and not walking away, it's like, I get it because so much time has been invested, including a baby and an album with this guy. Like, this woman in so many ways has really connected herself to this guy, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She needs to know that it's time to walk away. And I think that deep down, she wants to walk away. But maybe there may be some type of codependency. Maybe Big Sean really derives a lot of his creativity from Janae's energy and her support, which most men do. They find a woman who's creative and fun and they sort of latch on to that because it gives them a lot of strength. But I think that if he really loves her, at least as a friend or the mother of his child, and he knows that she absolutely wants to get married, he has to give room for the right man to come in and marry her because he's not going to do it. Simple. But if he doesn't do that for her, it's because there's something that he gets from being in that relationship. And I really believe it's her support and creative energy. And that's a lot to a guy. That's gold. That's gold to guys. Most men can't get a woman to give a shit right now. And in his industry, you know, people keep saying, oh, well, what's the point of him getting married? He's going to lose so much in the marriage if it doesn't work out. Because, you know, he's a celebrity. First of all, she has money. She's not broke. But he chose to be in that industry. So most of the women he's going to attract are women in that industry. And if he chooses to date someone that is not in that industry, who's to say that he's not going to go through the same challenges, right? But already making that commitment to have a child should be enough for you to go, I need to make an honest woman out of Janae. But he doesn't. And again, it perplexes me to why. And then, you know, I've seen comments like, he doesn't really like her. This could be true. Maybe she's the commitment phobe. This could be true. She may be the one who doesn't want to get married. She may be the one who's not ready. But from what I've seen in concerts and her, you know, reactions to him mentioning a ring, I gave you a ring in a song. She's like, where's the ring? She wants to get married. But I think some of those songs are really just about his ex. they're really just about Nia Rivera. And I think he has a hard time getting over it. And maybe I'm a weirdo. I'm also the type of person that if I love you, have feelings for you, and you're grieving over a person, like an ex, I hold space for that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it because I have my moments too where I've grieved over an ex, whether because they passed away or because I was triggered and thought about that horrible breakup and all the memories that were lost, you know, as a result of that breakup. And I just so happen to be in a relationship, and I've had partners hold that space for me, and I love that. But it takes very mature people to understand that, yes, I can hold space for you, but it's not space for you to stay in place at. I don't want you to just stay there and sulk and wonder and think, what if? So I don't know where this is going, you know, but I just don't want her to spend another 10 years and a couple more albums and a couple more babies trying to figure it out. But, you know, this new song Guidance came out. I saw someone on TikTok talking about how the song Guidance had a lot of sort of insight on what Janae is going through. So, I mean, hey, there's a part where she says, well, I guess that it's just what I get because I did what I did. And you said what you said and meant it. And you really bring out the best in me. I cannot thank you enough. I guess that's why God's blessing me. Show me so much grace and love. And totally because, yeah. And then she talks about that she tells them all her trauma, and that, you know, he says that she's too much trauma and that she's always the problem. He runs away and says nothing. It's hard for him. It's too much. And that he feels like he's not enough. And it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's loss. She says that they had a lot to learn. And you were the match that lit up my path to then show me what bridge to burn. So I think that she's literally describing an avoidant. Avoidants run away. Anything that even looks like confrontation, a conversation about their actions, freaks them out. They coil because it is way too hard for them to face their imperfections because they're perfectionists. They want to be perfect, but nobody's perfect. And Big Sean may forever be searching for the perfect woman and he'll never find her. But I'd rather him do that than marry Janae and not be happy at all. Just constantly guessing, is she the perfect one? You don't want to be in a marriage like that. Absolutely not. But it says a lot, you know, when she says that she tells him her traumas and he doesn't share anything. And the reason a lot of, you know, avoidants don't share their traumas is because they don't want to confront those deep emotions because they don't know how to emotionally regulate correctly, but also because they feel like having those traumas equals to tarnished, equals to broken. And they already feel insecure as it is. So talking about these traumas is like, damn, now you know how broken I am. Now you know how jagged everything is. But that's what brings relationships closer. That's what ties the loose ends. And I don't think he understands that. Or maybe he does, but he is too scared. And she is not who he believes is the perfect woman that's going to bring it out of him. If he gets in any other relationship from here on in, they're going to have to discuss some of these traumas. Unless He works them out on his own, and then there's nothing to discuss besides triumph. Oh, I went through this, but this is how I triumphed. Versus divulging all this personal, deep, dark trauma that he doesn't want to. She wants to be that safe space for him, but he doesn't want to be that safe space for her. You can't force a man to give you that, unfortunately. And the same thing with like Queen Naija, and I don't really care for her, and Clarence. I don't think their issue was the trauma stuff. I'm pretty sure that they've shared a lot of stuff about their trauma and their past and, you know, everything they've gone through. But again, you know, just like Janae, she has given him everything. And I haven't seen much of Big Sean or even Clarence. I haven't seen much of them do anything to earn all that. And as women, we have to learn how to kind of cut back on overgiving and overextending ourselves, because we are nurturing and we are also taught to overgive and overcompensate in these areas, because the man is just the perfect specimen. And so this is why we have to be this way, so we could tame them. No, that's something that needs to be earned. Men want you to be their piece. You could be their piece, but you can't be their constant safe space, their reassurance, their center point for creativity and strength. They have to get that on their own. So I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about this whole Jhené Aiko, Big Sean situation. But I just don't think, honestly, I honestly don't think that it's going to happen. When I saw that interview and he said, when I saw that interview and he really didn't have much to say about Jhené, and he kept saying things like, you know, there's things we got to work on. I mean, maybe Jhené is a player. I don't know. But from what I know about Big Sean, that guy has dogged his girlfriends out. So if anybody has if anyone has trust issues here, it's her. Or maybe both of them, because she makes music that I'm just like, child. You know, and the last lyrics is, where we'll go, I don't know. This is a different love. This is destined. And then, you know, she says it's time to say goodbye. I think that maybe this relationship in itself was just a learning lesson. And when you date avoidance, and let's say you are an anxious, avoidant, attachment styled person, you know, when you date an avoidant and avoidants are very like hyper independent, they also give you a lot of silent space to work your own shit out. You know, they do a lot of detaching and isolation. You start learning how to live without them. You're essentially single, you know? You start learning how to do this relationship without them, and then it just starts becoming a relationship with just yourself. And so I think that that's what she's discovering right now, especially how I'm reading it on her new song Guidance. And so I hope that with that, she becomes way more secure and stronger within herself. Because just because you're spiritual, just because you have money, just because you're beautiful, doesn't mean you're secure. It doesn't. So I hope that she gains that self-respect and emotional stability within. And I think she's pretty emotionally stable, but I think like when it comes to relationships, she could be a little bit, you know, chaotic. She might get lost in the sauce, you know, get lost in her partner. But I think hopefully this relationship has taught her that you cannot depend on your partner emotionally, at least this kind of partner, which is an avoidant. So those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll check you out on the next one. Peace.